All right, my friends, so here is the journal that I made for the 3K giveaway. If you would like a chance to win this journal, some digital kits, or a box of crafty goodies, check out my original video, which I'll be sure to put in my description box. And I have added this embellishment of a candy cane. You can see that I added this beautiful trim that was given to me by my friend Annie of Annie Creates. And I even added a little tassel, and within this tassel are 3 additional candy canes. There's another one, there it is. And then I tied in a bunch of these little cuties. Here's the back. The spine is covered with white lace, and I used white wax trim, as you can see. And you can also see that I went around the whole thing with lace, not only on the outside, but also on the inside. Now, I used my digital kit called Gingerbread Friends to create this journal. I printed it on the back side of scrapbook paper. So anything that looks gingerbready is from my kit, and anything that just sort of looks like this is from the scrapbook paper. This piece here, I printed out not in the dark rich colors, I went lighter. I knew that I was going to use this piece as the inside cover, so I actually printed it out with less intensity. I forget what that's called on your printer settings, but you can do that, just so that you know. You can print something out in the original colors that you see it in, but if you want to lighten it up, you can go in and do that. So here, as you can see, we have an upper pocket with some lace and a beautiful little rhinestone. And then I've got this little envelope made of wax paper. I think it's wax paper, maybe not wax, but something like that. And I just stuffed a little gingerbread tag inside. Some of the pages have lace on them, as you'll see as I flip through, and I did use some nice little doilies throughout as well. Here we have a belly band with blue trim, and I forgot to mention the blue trim that you see all the way around the cover is also from my friend Annie of Annie Creates. I made some tags. There's a video out showing how I made tags out of scrapbook paper scraps and also pieces from the kit. I put tabs on most of the pages, and I actually use my offcuts for that. Here we've got, this is the kit, one of the kit pages, and I put this little cup of hot cocoa, and then I put this little tag in there. Again, this was like a scrap, and I just put a little die cut from the kit, or cut apart, I guess, and that, I just love the way that that looks together. Some of the pages you'll notice when I was creating the kit, put this lace look on some of them, and I like that. This has a nice big pink gem on it, and I think that's so pretty. And I love the gingerbread bird. I think that's so pretty too. I had so much fun making this digital kit. Another blue doily. We have some more trim from our friend Annie of Annie Creates, and a tab here. And here we have an angel gingerbread. And then just a nice white piece of paper with the edges that I used, you know, the punch on to make it just look a little fancier. Here we have a gingerbread deer, little reindeer. And we have a pocket, and I put one of those rhinestones there in the center of the pocket. And here's some beautiful gingerbread cookies. And then this I was actually going to use as a pocket, but I ended up not. So I thought I would go ahead and put it in here as a tag, and whoever ends up winning the journal, they can add it as a pocket if they'd like to, or they can use it for something else. Here's a nice white lacy sort of doily. One of my favorite images from the kit is this old car with all these lollipops around it, and all in the beautiful pastels. I love it. It's one of my favorites, like I said. And my kit married perfectly with the scrapbook papers because they were all pastels as well. So here I used some tissue paper, and this is from Annie of Annie Creates when she sent me my winnings. And the color of the tissue paper is so beautiful, so I tore it and I layered 3 sheets. And you can write on this, but you can also write on these. And then I used some of that pretty trim that she had sent me. This right here, so this purple that you see is an envelope from my niece's wedding. It's so beautiful. I wanted to repurpose it, and I love how this lace is embossed, or there's this lacy look right here, and then there's some tissue paper with this underneath. You can add writing, or you can add a picture, whatever you want to do. I punched this out with that pretty punch that makes the paper look lacy. I added an embellishment that I created. Well, I did some mass makes using up scraps, made a bunch of embellishments, so I was able to use one in here, which I loved. This is some vintage score contract sheet, and I used the fancy punch on the bottom. Added some little bling and some trim right there. Here I had a bag that somebody had sent me. Either somebody sent it to me or I dragged it home from somewhere. And instead of putting it in my recycling bin, I figured I'd go ahead and put it in a journal. And this one's perfect because gingerbread cookies might come in a little bag like this. So I added to it, I added a page from a magazine that's got some recipes on it for cookies. Now this magazine is not vintage. Oh, maybe there's not even recipes on it. Let's see. Oh, there's not. There's just cookies on it. So I thought somebody could maybe use that as ephemera in one of their journals if they wanted. And then I popped this little card that I made in there. Here we have some more contract sheets. I was very proud to finish up my stack of vintage contract sheets, and I feel like the color, even though it's not bright white, it works really nicely in here. And so I was so thrilled to use all that vintage goodness in here, and I layered it too deep, so that is nice. Now this is a piece of tissue paper from my friend Gwen of Gwen Offit Designs, and this is as well. And I just cut them and put them in here because I just thought they were so pretty and the colors were perfect. Here we have a tree that has candy and gumdrops on it, and I just love that. I had so much fun, like I said, making this kit. This is some of my pink coffee dyed paper, and I did that little punch there on the edge. It's got some lace. This is our little angel, and she's in the snow, so pretty. A couple of layers of paper here. This is the center spread, and you can see that we have just some simple dangles both in the blue and the pink. And I typically don't do anything to the center spread because I think whoever ends up with the journal can do whatever they want with it. One thing I did do is add lace and then these 5 rhinestones. Is that what they're called? Rhinestones? Gemstones? I don't know. This is vintage page from a Ideals Christmas book magazine, and I loved it because it has the blue house. So I cut it down to size where it could fit on this page, and I'm so glad I was able to add this. When you flip it over, there is a recipe for peppermint bark cookies and cream cheesecake. This is some ephemera from my kit, as well as this, well, I should say cut aparts, a little sweater, and I just tucked a few little tags that were actually given to me in Happy Mail. I think maybe from Cara of Paper Confessions with Cara Mia. I love the gingerbread dog. I think it's so stinking cute. And some more pretty coffee dyed paper. The other side of the tissue paper. Another cute little gingy dog and our little gingerbread house. I put some bling down the side here. Some more of my coffee dyed paper. This one has some sparkles on it. Some of that beautiful trim from Annie and another rhinestone. Here we have the other side of the like wax bag. I don't know if it's waxy, but at any rate, it's, you guys know that material. I went ahead and I put some polka dot tissue paper on it, on that side, and then on this side I did the pink, and then I glued this little piece of vellum on it. And then inside we have a little gingerbread girl right in front of her house. And then we have another page from the Ideals magazine, and it's got like a little poem there and a little bit of a story here. And I just thought the color of the pink was perfect for this journal. Now, as much as I would say this journal is done, there's a lot of space for somebody to add their own touch. For example, here, You know, this is really, you could leave it this way, but you could also add a lot to it. And there's a lot of that throughout. You'll notice that most of the kit pages I didn't cover because I enjoyed looking at them. But you could do whatever you wanted up to this page. Here is another bridge contract sheet, and I topped it with that. And here is a little pocket, and here's our little gingerbread dog, and I just think he's so cute. This is a nice large pocket here, and we have one of our tags that I made. I will try to remember to attach the video to the tag making episode. So this I had a lot of fun with. This is the other side of the purple envelope that was from my niece's wedding. We have 3 pockets here. We have this one that I put this tag in. This is a gingerbread bell. And then these tags I didn't decorate because I didn't want them to have a problem going in and out of the pockets, but you could decorate them if you wanted to. So these are just plain with rounded corners. And here's another one. So there's 3. So not to say that you would have a problem, because I lined this one. I think I lined them both. No, I lined this one front and back so something could slide in pretty easily. But this one is only lined in the back, so something could catch on this sort of, you know, embossed part, or this cutout part, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And then this front one should be fine. You could change that out and put something else there if you wanted to. So on this side of the envelope, I thought I'd leave this blank for you to do whatever you wanted. But this part I made as a pocket. And so here's a little, just a little card to journal in. Here's another plain page that you can do whatever you want. You could put a piece of paper there for journaling. You could put a pretty picture there if you were trying to keep memories of your Christmas season or your holiday season. So lots of space for that. This is nice and light, easily could be written on. Other half of our doily, our little gingerbread friends in front of their house. Here I just have some lined paper that I did the punching on. Our little gingerbread friends again, lace, a little gemstone. Here I have some paper. My daughter actually cleaned out her room and she gave me a bunch of different papers, and this is one of them, and this is one of them. And this is great because it's lined, very easy to journal on that way. The blue doily, oh, another, this is just a nice pale color, and I thought very easy to journal on, and I went down the edges with the punch. Here's just another nice big spread, lots of gingerbread happiness going on, but you could change it up however you wanted to. Here's a nice pocket. We have this little gingerbread friend here, and here we've got the lollipop trees and our gingerbread house with our bird on top. I love it. Pink doily. Nice belly band. I left this plain. I was going to decorate it, but I thought, you know what? No, I'm going to leave it and just make sure I leave enough room for somebody else to put their own touch in it if they'd like to. Can you see the sparkles on here? I don't know if you can, but this is really sparkly. And here is the last page. We have a nice little pocket with, oh, I forgot I put 2 tags in there. So we have our large tag, and I just love the way that came together. We have our little gingerbread friends over here. And then this is just a very small tag. I made it out of scraps, and it could use one more layer of something. But again, I want to leave something for whoever receives this journal. I wanted to leave plenty of room for you to do what you want with it. So here it is, my friends. This is the journal for the 3K giveaway. I'm so happy to share it with you. I had so much fun making it. Thanks for watching. See you soon.